Thank you very much. You're in for a treat. I'm fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Very famous too. Not in Melbourne, where I live, politics. But in some places I'm a household name. Like in Queensland, I'm fucking royalty. Not all of Queensland, obviously, but if you went to Townsville, 1,300 kilometres north of Brisbane, with a population of 180,000 people, and then you rented a car and drove west for about 3 hours, you get to a place called Charters Towers, not gold mining town. Population of 30 to 35,000 people. Now you're going to need to refuel the car there. Keep fucking driving. Eventually you get to a place called Torrens Creek, the jewel of the Flinders Highway. Population of 20 to 25 people. Now I want to mention that that population can drastically explode depending on how many people you turn up with. It was that very town where I did a comedy concert where 100% of the population attended. Do you realise the fucking logistics of getting 100% of the town to your gig? You've got to be fucking good. I was listening to the radio the other day, Triple J. I'm out of that demographic. There was a young hip-hop songstress called Kilda, and she was singing a song, and basically in the song she was asking people to lick her in various positions. Lick my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack was the chorus. And I turned it off immediately. Don't get me wrong, I'm no prude. I've been around the traps, but I've never been with the girl who's asked me to lick her back. I'd be like, what, all of it? But it has such a large surface area. And I'm not saying I wouldn't for the right girl. I'm just saying that after licking her back, I am not confident that I would have much lick left for her crack. I think that's where it falls down. Speaking of people, I have a little old lady next door who lives next to me. Her name's Doris. She came over the other day and she knocked on the door. She's so high, old as a mountain, cute as a button. She came over and she went, "Chris, I just wanted to pop over and see if you could play your music a little bit lower or soundproof your house." Otherwise, isn't that fucking lovely that she gives me that choice? And I was like, yeah, I can do one of those. Thanks for the choice. And while I've got you here, Doris, if I could ask you if you could either shower with the curtain closed or shave your pussy. Whichever is easier. I don't fucking care. I'm one of the nicest comedians in the world. I'm probably one of the nicest people in the world. I volunteer at my local library. It's mostly just shushing people. And of course putting the Bible back into the fantasy section because some fuckhead keeps moving it. And if you're religious, you're going to hate the end. It's not the end of my show, just the end of your life when you realise it's all bullshit. So you made that clear. So, I went to a school fete recently. Do you guys know what a school fete is? It's pretty much a waste of a whole fucking day. But the photocopied poster, sticky tape to the power pole, looked amazing. So I went, fuck yeah, let's go. I rock up, it's bullshit. There's a jumping castle, which apparently I'm too heavy to ride. Only other thing, there was a face painting store, face painting. I thought, fuck, I'm here, let's do that. So as I rock up to the face painting store, as I get there, this little 8-year-old kid comes bouncing out and I just fucking punch him. That's right. Because I thought he was a tiger. I don't know if you've seen a tiger in a primary school, it's fucking daunting. You're not ready for that. It turns out I'm a fight and flight kind of guy. As I was running away, I hear this, "Mom!" I was like, "Whoa, fuck, you know, tigers never say that." Something's amiss. So I go back to investigate. There's this wee little kid, he's flat out, blood pissing out of his nose, still tiger face, still total tiger face, so very, very intimidating. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You scared the shit out of me, I'm an adult. You don't fuck with adults at that size, that's what happens. We had a chat, we both agreed, nobody was right, nobody was wrong. I was helping him up, as I was helping him up, his mother came over, I fucking clocked her. Thought she was a cougar. All that way for a cougar joke. I love cougars. I like the ones on the Gold Coast, the capital of plastic surgery. You have no fucking idea how old a lady is on the Gold Coast without cutting her in half and counting the rings. I was doing a gig at the Gold Coast Art Centre, and some old duck with a lot of work done was celebrating a birthday. In the middle of my show, she goes, "Yoo-hoo, it's my birthday, how old you think I am?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know, fuck, happy birthday, I don't know. Your face is clearly young enough to be the daughter of whoever's neck it's sitting on." You can't put a Barbie doll head on a Ninja Turtle. You just end up a pretty turtle. But I love it here in Melbourne. I'm still getting used to the public transport. I find it a bit weird. I'm not used to trains on the road. I was at a tram stop the other day. There was an old lady. I kicked her. Which was weird and made it a lot weirder. But the thing is I'm a big believer of karma. Okay, so I don't know what it is she had done. But fuck, it would have to have been bad. That shit doesn't happen to good people. So thank God I was there. Otherwise she may have got away with it. So I studied the story of Noah. Well, I rented the movie Noah, and it looked like a pile of shit, and I googled it, and Christians in America, creationist Christians in America protested against the movie Noah on the grounds that the movie Noah made the story of Noah seem a little bit unrealistic. Yeah, it fucking does, but not as unrealistic as the Bible's version. I read the Bible's version, and in the Bible it says that God made it rain so much that the floodwaters went above the tallest mountains, plural, with an S. I mean, you would assume if it went above the tallest mountain, that would also cover the second tallest mountain. But for some reason, they need to mention all of them. And now the tallest mountain going by sea level is Mount Everest, 8.848 kilometres high, almost 9 kilometres directly into the sky, which means that God made it rain so much that the floodwaters went about 4 kilometres above rain clouds. Yeah, that's a dense cloud, isn't it? I mean, when you're submerged in water and still producing water, that's that God works in mysterious ways bullshit. He's like fried ice cream. He has no respect for the laws of physics. But I got onto Ancestry.com recently and traced my heritage all the way back to Adam from the Bible. Few gaps. And it's embarrassing being related to Adam and Eve, the people who fucked it for everyone. You know, don't eat the apple, guys. Chomp chomp. Good one, fuck bums. Thanks. Because the punishment was death. But they still did it. I grew up with death threats. It's a family thing. I was not allowed to drink from the forbidden Drano bottle under the sink. I remember my parents saying, "Chris, if you put this fork into the power socket, you'll be killed." I was like, "Oh, fucking calm down." Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. I mean, couldn't you just ground me? That's a fucking high-end electricity joke, motherfuckers. If this was an electricity corporate gig, I'd save that shit for the end. So I'm related to Adam, so now I read the Bible to my daughters at night. I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong to read the Bible to kids, but fuck, I love hearing them laugh. The Bible is hilarious. This is a true verse from the Bible. Leviticus 20 verse 10. It is an abomination to eat four-legged birds. You know the four-legged ones? Those delicious bastards that wake you up in the morning galloping past your window. Standard V formation heading north for the winter. So I'm related to Adam, and I'm going to leave you with this story. It's a long one, but it's because it's Adam. In the Bible it says, out of the ground the Lord God formed every living creature of the land, every fowl of the air, brought them unto Adam to be named. That was his job. To name all the animals. That's a big job for someone who's less than a day old. And obviously he didn't name all the animals. He didn't go, okay God, I've done the cats. We've got Mittens, Mr. Gypsy, Fluffy. He would just say cats. There's so many. So, there's so many animals. So I got onto a Christian forum and declared shenanigans. And they came back going, no, Adam could name all the animals because he was created perfectly, and it was only after the downfall of man and throughout the generations we've become less developed. That ridiculous notion is the opposite of evolution. They don't believe we came from monkeys, but fuck, we'll get there. And I love the idea of an intelligent Adam, because I don't think an intelligent man would take that job. I think God would have come to the Garden of Eden and went, Adam, and he would have picked up a sharp stick and started poking up leaves. You know how you do when the boss is around, you just want to look busy. And God would have said, don't worry Adam, I just wanted to swing by, see how you're going with that naming the animals thing. Can I get an ETA on that? Intelligent Adam would have gone, yeah, look, I've got good news and bad news. The bad news is I didn't truly comprehend the workload involved when I accepted the position. Can you give it to someone else? And God's like, there's no one. Just name the things that walk, creep, crawl, or fly, as is written in the Bible. And Adam would have gone, yeah, I fucking get it, that's the problem, the sheer number of things that do that. You might be thinking thousands, it's millions, 3.5 million to be exact. And I can name an animal, like that big fat grey thing over there. This morning I called it an African elephant, and God would have been like, oh, I got the perfect place for it. Goes, yeah, give me 2 minutes, I get a distinguishing feature, chuck a name at it. But in a standard 8-hour work day, less an hour for lunch and 20 minutes run for scenes. That gives me an output of just 200 units a day. So getting back to your ETA, I've crunched the numbers, and 3.5 million animals at the rate of 200 a day take about 17,500 days, or a little over 47 years. At which point God would have said, you know, I made them in a day. Oh, he's such a dick. And Adam would have said, conjured, I heard you just said let there be animals, and there were 3.5 million of the fuckers, right? I understand working smart, not hard, but I can't help but feel the smart option would have been saying let there be named animals. So God's like 47 years, and Adam's fuck no, 47 years if I work every day, but I'm not getting paid for this. I've started seeing someone. Can't work Sundays, your rules, not mine. Right, so there's another fucking decade. Chances are we're going to get some pretty shit named animals, like black snake, brown snake, green snake, yellow belly, black snake. Who knows? So, and they just even start making up sounds. Baboon. But I think I can get it done by Christmas, providing that's still 4,000 years away. Thank you very much. My name's Chris.